Okay, guys. So today, then, I wanted to run through the 28-day challenge workbook. One sec, so I'll shut this door. So I wanted to run through the 28-day challenge workbook. Now, usually what I do once a week is hit one of the four Fs: fitness, focus, food, psychology, and just sort of focusing on one of those items. But the 28-day challenge workbook is a workbook of all four of the pillars, if you like. So very, very, very quickly, um, on the workbook itself. So on the right hand side there, you've got the fat loss, food, fitness, mindset stool, if you like, and that stool represents the results. So if we don't hit sort of all of those items, then the stool goes skew if and we don't get as good a results, or we don't get any results, because just doing one of the bits isn't enough. Well, actually, if you just did the food, it would be enough, but the fitness sort of goes hand in hand with it as well. And then when you add the mindset into it as well, then you get everything that you want. So what I wanted to just sort of focus in on was the how to fill the book out, and then how to use it, and then at the end I'm going to give you a link to the book so that you can just download it at your leisure. And the booklet itself, it's just designed to handhold you, guide you through the whole process from sort of start to finish. And then obviously people stick around at Fit Body, so this is just something that you can keep using over and over and over and over again. It's really, really good. So we've got this sort of a few pages to fill in first of all before you get into the daily sort of workbook side of it. So you've got the weight loss wheel. Okay, so we've got on the weight loss wheel, we've got fitness. I don't know if you can see that yet, greyed out, but you can see it. You've got fitness, you've got mindset, and you've got food. So what we've got then is a score. It's a scoring system. So 1 in the middle, and if you see that little key to the bottom right of it, there is poor, and then 10 on the outside is really good, or athlete like precision. So first things first is to score yourself on those sort of daily habits on the 3 foundational areas of food, fitness, movement, and mindset. So what lessons and insights can we gain from this to help you move forward? So consider why your scores are the way they are. So first of all, score them honestly, sort of try and do it objectively. And then you sort of consider why the scores are the way they are, again, objectively, without any sort of judgment. So the food one then, just to give you some examples, because these can be very personal, private things, can't they? But I'll try and give you some examples and stuff. So food, if it's poor, if you get a shit score, is it because of a lack of planning? Is it because of other people around you? Is it because you don't want to? So be honest and pop it in the box. Fitness, if it's a poor one, these could be good. They might be good from the outset, mightn't they? It might be 10s or 9s or something. They're not necessarily going to be bad, are they? But it's just to sort of get a gauge. So the fitness one, if it's poor, it could be a lack of enjoyment of the fitness. Again, if it is something like that, then just put it in the box so that you've documented it. And if that's the case, are there, pick some benefits out. If you don't enjoy it, then think about the other benefits of fitness or doing exercise, rather than just I'll lose weight, or pick other benefits out, like it might make me feel better, it might help deal with my stress. So you could put that sort of thing in there. The mindset one, so maybe you can't stick to the whole thing. Could it be because you're tired? Then that's where the sort of the meditation bit comes into it, the headspace, which we'll sort of cover a little bit later. So that is that bit. And then moving on, we've got the watch your story bit. So your weight, your health, and fitness affect everything and in every part of your life, don't they? So they really have a massive factor on how you feel externally, how you feel internally. So here we'll need to get clear on where you're at currently and where you want to be. So the top box there, so how does your weight, body image, fitness currently affect your day-to-day life? So again, all really personal stuff that can go in there, but just to give you some ideas, Are you out of breath doing just, things that shouldn't get you out of breath? Little things like you can't touch your toes, you're going to put your socks on, tie your laces, can you not touch your toes? Or again, it might be good stuff, might be good stuff that you got to put in there. It's not necessarily bad. And then box underneath that, we've got, how does your weight, body weight image and fitness currently affect your family, and in brackets, partner, kids, etc. So is it, again, personal stuff? Is it a case of can't keep up? Are you moody and pissy with them? Are you irritable and horrible to them because, you yourself feel a bit shitty? And, that's just kind of a reflection of yourself that you're sort of projecting onto them. So then, again, that sort of stuff needs to go in the box. This is for you, this is personal for you, and it will help you sort of understand why this stuff is important. So on to the next page, we go, how does your weight, body image and fitness currently affect your professional life? So again, could be very personal stuff in there. Well, it will be very personal stuff in there. As a couple of examples, does it make you shy at work? Does it make you shy at the office? Do you shy away from people? Do you shy away from situations because you feel a certain way about yourself? Not necessarily physically, but mentally as well. So, if you don't feel mentally strong, then you may shy away from situations. If you physically don't feel confident, again, you physically will shy away from the people and maybe those opportunities. So that, again, could be a massive one, like weight, your body image can have a huge effect on your professional life. Next one, we've got, how does it reflect your relationship with your significant other? Again, very personal. Does it, I've said this before and I'll say it again, when it comes to nighttime and sort of, sexy times, is it something that's affecting the relationship? Is it a case of the light's always got to be off rather than on? So that, again, very personal, but very, very important. It can make very, very, very important. Over the page, we've got thinking about yourself 3, 6 or 12 months from now. What do you want your life to look like? So it's super powerful to actually write this down in the context of a story, because you'll engage with it better, you'll remember it. So rather than just writing a list and some bullet points, writing it in a sort of story format, it will help you. Now, again, that's going to be so personal, but there's a good example in here. So, i.e., it's 12th of December, Christmas is looming. Normally, I'd be worried about the weight I'm about to put on at this time. However, I feel calm and confident. I've worked hard up to this point, and I've improved my habits as well as my mindset. I've lost X amount of weight, and I know what I need to do to keep things in balance because, I've been doing this process. I know the hard work has paid off because I can wear that size, whatever dress it is again. Husband, partner told me I look amazing, and I don't feel tired running after the kids anymore. So see that sort of story format that, if you formulate that and you put it down into a few words, then, it will resonate with you more and for longer, and it will do more good. So that's that one. Over the page, right, we've got like a big list of stuff there down the left-hand side. So what benefits do you want to experience by losing weight? Now, you need to check off all the benefits here, okay? There's a few at the bottom that, if there's any that have been missed that are really personal to you, then you can put them in. Okay, so check off all the benefits that you want to experience as a result of losing the weight. There it says, so use the empty spaces for anything that's specific. Then at the side, rate how important these are for you or to you, from 1, not so important, to 10, extremely important. Okay, so that might seem a lot there, but it'll make sense in a second. So you tick those off, right? Rate them 1 to 10, and then when you go over the page again, so those, take the most important 3 to 5, and then we write them in the space in those cut out things there. Okay, so it might sound odd and unusual, but this is a technique created by the same researchers that created the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's proven to more than double the chances of you succeeding. So I've said this bit before as well, and I'll say it again. The CBT people, they are, I mean, okay, it's American, I know that. Whenever I see sort of research and it's American, I sort of, for some reason, I straight away sort of think, American. But that's where a lot of the research is done. But these guys, they are part of the biggest sort of weight loss, what's it called, weight loss experiment that was ever done. And basically they took 2 groups. One group, they gave them diet advice, they gave them exercise, and then group 2, and these were big groups, like I'm talking thousands of people, and group 2, they gave them just this, like this page here. So the benefits of losing weight, made them score it, got them to like stick it on bits of paper, and then all they made them do is just look at that every day. And then the group that did this exercise here massively outperformed the group that had got the diet, the exercise, and what to eat, how much to eat of it. So you see how powerful that is. That is like massive, massive, massive bonus if you can do that bit. So you don't have to physically cut them out. I mean, it's a good idea to do that. But you know, if you don't think that that's going to work for you, set it as a reminder on your phone. So do this little exercise, set that reminder on your phone to pop up like a couple of times a day, and that'll work really, really well for you. So that's that one. So let's have a look over the page then. So having a plan in place ahead of time more than doubles the chances of succeeding regardless of the actual goal itself. So that's true for nutrition and for actually planning your sessions ahead as well, your actual exercise. So I've got that little booking app to get the sessions booked in. So then we head over the page to what specific outcome would you like to achieve in the next 28 days? So as it relates to your weight, body image, fitness, etc., it's important that this is realistic in the time frame. Otherwise, this will backfire. So basically, that's saying, yeah, you know, you ain't going to lose 4 stone in 4 weeks, are you? So, you know, it's got to be sort of fairly realistic. It's realistic to lose a stone in 4 weeks. I've seen that happen a few times. Definitely, that is realistic. You know, a couple of £3 a week. Definitely. But specify it. So that's step 1. Step 2, imagine that you've achieved the goal. Achieved your goal. What's the best possible outcome that would result from achieving that goal? How would you feel? What changes in your day-to-day life? So basically, like what can you do now that you couldn't do before? You know, can you keep up with the kids? Can you touch your toes? Can you run up the stairs without getting out of breath? So yeah, so specific imagination of what happens when you get to that goal. Then over the page, we've got what personal obstacles have stopped you from achieving this already. So what's been standing in the way between you and your goal? So don't try not to overwhelm yourself with too many. Just, you can't fix everything all at once. So for example, is it the kids? Is it an unsupportive partner? Is it time? Is it job? So yeah, so list them down. And then step 4, make a plan for overcoming those obstacles. So as above, you know, the kids. There is an example in that step 4 box there. So if, so let's say, so if when it's Sunday morning, then I will invest 5 minutes to plan the coming week's food menu, so I don't have to rely on willpower. So yeah, so if in step 3 a personal obstacle was, you know, I've got no willpower, it's not really a good strategy to rely on willpower, just to think that, oh, you know, I'll get the willpower, or I'll have the willpower from Monday. It's not going to really work. So that's why this is a sort of a step-by-step process. So rather than having to rely on willpower, your step 4 to cure step 3 would be to spend a little bit of time planning your food forward in the nutrition system, and then you don't have to rely on willpower because you planned it ahead. And just because you planned it ahead, you've doubled, tripled your chances of actually sticking to something. So yeah, that's that one. Next page. We got so let's get you prepared to start. So we're actually nearly there. So before you dive in, here's a checklist to make sure you've got everything in place, which will make it easier to get started and to stay on track. So use the blank spaces to add anything that's specific to you that we haven't covered in here. So we've read and understood the foundations of weight loss at the start of the workbook. We've completed the weight loss wheel at the start. We've completed the benefits exercise and created your personalized cutout cards. That's the bit that you can just flash those important reasons in front of your eyes all the time, because that's really that's proper sort of deep psychological sort of warfare on yourself. That will get massive results. You've completed steps 1, 2, and 3 and 4 of your personalized action plan. You've planned your nutrition in advance using the nutrition system. You can always deviate as you go if you need to. And you've planned your training sessions in the diary ahead of time. So we've got the booking app, we've got Go Team Up, haven't we? So again, book your sessions ahead a week. So much more likely to get them done rather than just thinking, oh, I'll wing it as we go. So then we're into, then it just literally goes from day 1, day 2. This particular workbook goes up to 28 days. So each day is just a case of just ticking off those items. So have you planned your food for the day? Have you been active today? That's either your fit body session and or a walk. Ideally, remember you're trying to get sort of like your steps in every day, because that all sort of they all add up, don't they, over the week, and they accumulate and over the week, because everything's so spread out, it accumulates into a huge amount of calorie burn and fat burn and additional sort an additional layer to the whole thing. Have you done your 5 minutes meditation? So your meditation is super important to keep us on track. Get stressed, get tired. You can't really combat that. I mean, you can sort of combat the stress, but you know, you're never going to stop it. So it's just a case of managing it better via that meditation, via the headspace. And have you checked in with your benefits card? So those little cutouts again. So check in with those every day. Those are going to make things so much easier for you to stick to if you can see those benefits of why we're doing what we're doing, because we tend to just get lost in the whole thing, and things get messy and stress and tiredness, and you forget why you're getting up early or staying up late to do the training. You forget why you're bothering to weigh and measure, and those scorecards are super, super important. So you can score yourself out of 4, and that's every day. And you've planned in the app. So you can write down your foods there as well. Again, it's just to help you sort of have something written down. So I do find that having something written it does help to sort of solidify. You know, it's nice to have everything sort of stored on phones, etc., and apps. But you know, it is nice to have something tangible and physical to write things down. So yeah, breakfast, lunch, snacks, evening meal, and then from there, it's the same every day, all the way through. That's week 1, all the way through. And then right the way to the end, 10:28. So end of the challenge or end of your 28 days, score for the final week out of 28. What worked well? That's important. What needs improving? Also important. So it's just a case of like, you know, if things didn't work so well, try and figure out what it was via me, via the group, and find out what needs improving. And then redo the wheel and see what your score is, see if you've improved. So, you know, there's lots of different ways that we can score ourselves. It's not all about weight. It's not all about centimeters. It's not all about the progress photos. It's about all the stuff in this wheel as well. It's the mindset, it's the fitness, it's the food, it's the whole thing. So that's our 28-day challenge workbook. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to leave a link to this, and then you can print it off, and then you can get going with it. So I hope you found that just a little bit interesting or a little bit helpful. Any questions on it, give me a shout and I will get back to you ASAP.